Today we are using scrap wood to build a beautiful piece of furniture to hide that litter box. For this project, I chose to use reclaimed wood instead of store-bought. I had a lot of scraps to use up, and I was looking for a new way to reuse them into something different. I used the planer to make them all the same thickness and to remove any paint from the outside. I then used the joiner to make one even side, so I could rip them down to size using the table saw. Once the boards were planed and ripped down, I cut them all to the same length. The plans are available on my website, which I'll link below in the comments. Next, we're going to assemble the sides of the box. Lay out 5 boards with the sides that you want facing out down on the bottom of your workbench. Using scrap wood, I cut down 3 braces to hold the boards together. Measure equal distance from each side and screw them in, and then measure in the middle and screw that one in as well. Repeat that process using 5 more boards for the other side, and then the remaining 4 for the lid. For the bottom of the box, I just used a piece of plywood and 2 scraps that I had lying around. Attach the scraps to each side of the plywood using screws. Those scraps will act as a brace to hold the sides to the bottom securely. Now it's time to start putting everything together. The easiest way to do this is to lay one of the sides down on the workbench. Stand the bottom piece up and screw in the scrap piece that's also the corner brace. Once that's attached, flip the piece over and attach the other side in the same way. For the 2 small sides, I used some scrap Luan that I had laying around. To cut the opening where the cats can enter the box, I used a compass to make a half circle. Draw 2 lines down from the circle to make the sides of the opening, and use a jigsaw or a bandsaw to cut out the hole. Attach that the same way you attach the other side, using nails, a staple gun, or a brat nailer. I also attached a few braces along the small sides to hold the Luan in place. I just used 3 scraps and used the brad nailer to hold them in place. To finish my piece, I used a dark wax. I wanted something neutral to match the rest of the room, but you are free to use stain or paint or finish it however you'd like. Once it was all waxed, I used a soft towel to go over it and really shine it up. I attached the lid using 2 brackets I picked up at the local hardware store. I found it easiest to attach them to the lid first, and since I was building this alone, I used the workbench to hold the lid up on the piece so I could attach them to the bottom. For a more completed look, I went to the flooring store and got a piece of laminate to put in the bottom. I used a staple gun to attach it around the sides to make sure no litter can sneak through the cracks. I made my piece large enough to fit not only the litter box, but a mat, the litter, and the bags as well. It fits perfectly at the bottom of the bed in the spare room, and no one would even know there's a litter box hidden away in there. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check the comments below for links on how to get the plans to build your own litter box furniture piece.